Hello there, everybody. Fear My Games here at the next part of the BattleTech playthrough. Last episode, we had a tragedy in my gaming collection. Behemoth died due to our own mishandling of her positioning. I should have just retreated her back and told her to brace herself. Instead, she died because of my own mistakes. Glip died too, but I was honestly trying to sacrifice Glip for the sake of Behemoth. It didn't work, but I hope might have saved somebody else who I was more attached to. So right now, we could talk to Alexander if we want to, because we haven't talked to him before with my beautiful Alexander voice. No, that's a different voice. Commander Games, welcome to my corner of the command center. From here, I can provide Mr. Olivier with advice, information whenever he needs it. I want to be a resource for you as well. In keeping with my role as restoration liaison, I will give you whatever additional information I can about our campaign moving forward. Come see me after any major operation and I'll share what I can. I can say, I'd like to discuss the state of a war against the Directorate. Things are going well enough, Commander. Our initial attack on Belgium was an enormous success, despite the psychological costs of what we discovered there. Still, the Directorate's atrocities have steeled our resolve. I've never seen Lady Arano so determined. Out of curiosity, Commander Games, what did you think of her speech? I recorded it, you know. The broadcasts are on their way to every corner of the Directorate's space. It was good. She said what the people wanted to hear. You think they bought it? Or it sounded raw from the heart. Mastiff would have been proud. Or what you're saying is that you turned her speech into a PR stunt. Let's go with number 2. Let's be the emotional backer here. Instead of the cynic, which both honestly one it feels like kind of like a cynic, where it's like you think they bought it, while the other one's like you like basically more of like we're kind of in it together, while this one's like accusing him kind of it, of being, and then this one's more, I like this one. Good, that's what I was hoping to hear. The presumption of authenticity will carry us far. For what it's worth, Lady Rana meant every word she said, but the people may not see it that way. Espinosa's propaganda machine will do everything in its power to tarnish her accomplishments and drag us through the dirt. I can imagine the headlines now. Police and civil servants cut down by weapons of war. Dangerous convict settlers by a traitor. Endangering nobles and commoners alike. A dangerous narrative, and one that we'll have to counter at every turn. Dear God, how long is this conversation? Go for it. My voice could only handle so much. With luck, many of our people will believe that they've heard in our broadcast over the Directorate's propaganda. But I fear that Espinosa's hardline supporters will be far less eager to listen. If we fail to turn them against the Directorate, we run the risk of ongoing violence even after we liberate their home systems. That's why messages like Camilla's speech was so important. I'd say Espinosa's supporters just saw the conditions on Mulder with their own eyes. You don't think they'll be able to sway them? If the Directorate is using propaganda, we need some of our own. Got it. I am not naive enough to believe that'll be enough to sway them, so I'll say that we use propaganda of our own. Sadly, yes. If we're going to win this war, we need to rally the Oregon people, including a percentage of Espinosa's supporters. They have to see they were part of the Directorate again and again. For a message is impossible to ignore. For you, that means military victories. For me, it means more broadcasts, spin, and outreach. Public opinion is just another battlefield, and I'll be knee-deep in the trenches until the day I die. And I could say, you're new to the crew, so tell me about yourself. Oh my. I'd be happy to, but honestly, Commander, I've been so consumed with matters of war of late that I won't even know where to begin. So I'll start with the top one. Tell me about who you were before Camilla's exile and the Restoration. A noble scion, much the same as you were for what I understand. As a fellow noble, I'm sure that you already know more than most about my upbringing. It was a life of great privilege and even greater expectation. I spent my early years invested in academic pursuits, the study of history, mathematics, and statecraft. I strove to excel at every subject, Anything to avoid disappointing my mother and father. The extent to which they would come to disappoint me is a cruel irony, but it's one that I've come to accept.
Dear, I was barely holding on near the end there. So I could ask, what kind of expectations did you meet? Must be hard to have your own parents betray you. Or, I'm sorry to hear it, Lord. My area. Let's talk about something else. So I'm gonna go for it must be hard to have your own parents betray you.
It is nothing. Nothing could be harder. When Camille retakes the throne, there will be a reckoning, and director collaborators will be tried for their crimes. My mother and father will be at the front line in front of that list, and as terrible as it feels to say it, they'll deserve whatever punishment they receive.
I'm gonna ask him what expectations he has me now.
Do you know House Madeire's motto, Behold our splendor? I had a familiar obligation to live extravagantly, and to do so within the public eye. But I was also expected to develop my intellect. My life was a 50-50 split between carousing and academic study. In truth, it felt like I was leading two lives and putting on a shirt in both. But I'll never complain about my upbringing. I have endured advantages that most children of the periphery could only dream of.
Oh my. We're done talking for now. I'll come back to you later. My voice can't handle your voice anymore. I'll come. Wait, no. I need to ask them the next one. Screw it. We'll hold on. We'll hold on strong. Alright.
Your apologies are unnecessary. By any metric you care to mention, I've lived a charmed life. The hardships of the past 3 years don't erase the lifetime of privileges I enjoyed before Espinosa's coup. It would be dishonest of me to pretend that they did. But still, I'm happy to change the subject if you wish.
I'm curious what this is. Tell me about Guldra. What kind of world is it? So I guess it's like his home world, I'm guessing?
A truly beautiful one. You should really travel there sometime after all this is over, and see it for yourself. Imagine lush, green lowlands giving way to mile upon mile of white sand coastline, sandy beaches kissed by warm, salty seas.
Oh my, I think the voice just evolved right at the very end.
And soft rain, perfumed with saffron and cardamom. And that's not to mention the wildlife. Close your eyes and imagine it, Commander. Shield turns, reeling, and store. Oh my god, I'm just gonna use my normal voice for the rest of this. Shield turns, wheeling, and soaring. Their brilliant plumage glittering in the sunlight. Leviathan sablefish flashing silver beneath the waves. Dolphin fish leaping, breaching the surface of the water in righteous streaks of yellow and green. The places like Guldra are special, Commander games. They must be preserved. This is what we're fighting for. Something unspoiled, unique, and ours. Something that reminds us of how good the periphery can be. Of course, Commander. Gabe, what do you need? I should go. We'll talk again later, Maderia. So we can also talk to Darius to review the table contracts. So, looks like a lot of them about the help with the Arana restoration. These ones are all harder than they were before. We might come to regret this, honestly. So my only concern here is this all in this... One thing I did fully understand is this all in the same world, or is this somewhere else? Wait, what is this? Okay. So let's go for an easy one for now. I think that's probably the best to do. Let's go for this one, manufacturing facility, because I think we need some easiness in our lives right now. So the Arano Restoration Manufacturing Facility. We've discovered that the Oregon Directorate has reactivated an old manufacturing facility in the system. To maintain the balance of power in the system, the Arano Restoration needs to capture this facility. You'll make a surgical strike. Sorry. Occupy the base and hold it until restoration forces can arrive to take control. So basically, it's a point defense mission. Doesn't pay as much as some of the other ones, but it gives actually a lot more salvage, which is something I think we need right now. Let me check our mech base, though. Can we even... I don't even take on a mission right now. Yeah, all of our mechs are out of commission.
We lost a lot of things here. Only one jump jet. That's a problem. Can I add any like any like lasers or MGs? I can add some MGs. Maybe I should add a machine gun. And then add a half thing of ammo for my MGs in the Let's put it somewhere where I don't keep anything else. Let's put it somewhere. Torsos all tend to get destroyed more than the center torso does. So I think honestly the center torso is the safest place.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
Shadowhawk also needs to be fixed too. Though not as bad as some of the other ones though. But I need more. I need to buy some heat sinks, honestly. Let me check the store. See if I can buy anything off of them. Honestly, I wish I knew this was a thing before. I'm gonna buy that. Except I also want a heat sink. What is this? All mechs can come equipped with the truck, blah, 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 blah. Ooh, this is useful. What is S versus any? Each was heavy jump jets respond to for use of mechs. Oh! So S is small, so that's why they're different pricings.
New equipment available.
I'll buy one of each. I also want another heat sink too.
New equipment available.
Because we kind of need it. Honestly, I would love... if I have enough money, I would happily buy that, but I don't think I can afford it. And I need ammo. I like to buy LRM ammo, and I would like to buy more minigun ammo. Just in case I need it. Oh, minigun plus would actually be really good.
New weapon systems available.
And of course, I can't afford to buy any of the mechs. I mean, apparently I actually could buy them, but I don't think it's really worth it. Alright, but hopefully that will help fix some things. I got some new heat sinks. This is for glitch, so I want her to live, so I'm going to definitely give her the cockpit mod. So wait, where can it fit? Oh, it only fits on the head? Oh wait, that's what's wrong. So I can move the jump jet around and fit this here? No, okay, so let's put the cockpit mod here. Put the jump jet back up here, I guess. I guess the SRM just kind of has to go there. It feels kind of bad that that's the case, but nothing I can do about it. Jump jets, fine. I have LRM ammo, right? Yes, I do have the LRM ammo. Can I move the ammo around a little bit more, though? I feel like nothing's being properly utilized. I feel like it's in danger of being blown up. So it has weight still that I could put stuff in. A minigun might actually not be a bad idea for trying to... because I'm going to put her in melee, and miniguns seem pretty good for melee. And I have room for minigun ammo in the center torso. I don't have enough room for another minigun ammo, though, is my only concern. I have enough room for another laser. I can do a short-range laser for... PPCs. This is not the snub one, is it? It is the snub one. Okay. This is not the snub one, which means that I can put it in, but I'm going to put a short laser instead. Oh, I have to put one or the other. Okay. But I can't put in a PPC. I can put a laser in here. How much would it take? So I'm a little over with that, but I can take that off, put in an M laser just to fill up the slot, or a long-range laser for when she's far away. Apparently she has a 0 range on it, too. Though now it makes it too heavy. There we go. I think that'll be fine for me. Alright, let's confirm that.
Logged and noted. Shouldn't be too hard.
Refit. The spider got completely destroyed. Let's see, I have jump jets to spare. I need heat sinks though. And what should I even do this spider for? I don't really know the purpose of the spider. Should I have it be more of a ranged or more of a melee? Oh, that's something I care about. I'll just go next until it's done. See, so it can only fit 2 weapons, basically. So apparently this by itself basically overweighs the whole thing. Let's see, if I take off everything, even that's not enough to actually hold the weight of that big-ass gun. So, okay, let's put this, let's undo that. Definitely need some heat sinks, however. So where does so it says, you do an M laser and the S laser. You can put in a few more jump jets and a heat sink. It's gonna be underweight, but I mean, there's nothing else I can really do, right? Unless I do 2 M lasers and a short S laser. There we go, perfect.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
Locust needs to be replaced entirely as well. So I don't really know what I should do with the Locust. Doesn't really have any firepower. It seems to be good for running around, so I definitely would like to get something with a lot of range, if possible. Then AC2 is actually apparently too much weight. Which means anything I want to do is not really going to be all that helpful for him. I need a minigun. I need to buy miniguns.
New weapon systems available.
Let's see. Done. And then minigun ammo goes here. And then I can still fit in. It's claimed that I can still fit in stuff, but the problem with this whole idea is that if I put even one of these in, even empty, it completely outweighs it. I don't really know. Oh, apparently. Wait, what is this? Armor. I definitely have no problem increasing the armor as much as I can. What is the F? Are they both armor? Oh, front and rear, that's what that is. There we go. What if I go down? Confirm. That's something I did not consider when I did any of my repairs. I just get that. I didn't realize that. Oh. Alright, so how long are we out of a job right now? We're out for 66 days. Damn. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 66 days is we're out of a job. So we're just kind of stuck here. I'm going to pause the video, and then we'll be back when it's all done. Or unless something comes up. Alright, we got a story that just came up. When we get knocked down, another sleepless night fills you pacing the mech bay. The door opens and closes, and you discover that Medusa, who should be hooked up to half a dozen machines in the med bay, has entered the room. Without noticing you, he limps painfully down the row of mechs and stops. You realize he is staring up at the mech he was piloting when he received those injuries. A shuddering, half-stifled sob racks the mech warrior's body. Fists clench as he fights back the darkness. I can order the Medusa back to the mech bay, or offer short a cryon, or share a personal story. I'll share a personal story. So what if that happened to me once, more than once? I was out for 140 days, honestly. Medusa spins around, visibly pained by the sudden movement. I was younger then, in a different merc company, and for 3 months in a row, it was one shit contract after another. I had 5 mechs shot out from under me, but I refused to give up. Maybe I didn't know how. You put a hand on his shoulder. Remember that, Medusa. They can knock you down, but only you can decide if you're going to stay down. When you're back on your feet, you get right back in that mech. Don't let them take that away from you. It was always a roll the dice on how a mech warrior will come out of an injury like this. Time will tell. So he's gained the following tag of brave and lost cautious. What does that do? I guess gives him like a tag, I guess. So there's that one. We still have another 33 days, so we'll be back. So there's a distress call. Samir catches your attention on the bridge. Commander, I've picked up a distress call from a nearby civilian transport. It's not exactly our job to assist in matters like this, but we may be the nearest ship available. She studies the display. On the other hand, it looks like the ship's engines are in critical state. They could explode before we get there. Let's mount an immediate rescue attempt. Let's save these people. When the Argo arrives at the source of distress, you feel momentary surge of hope. A handful of void-suited passengers spin aimlessly from the gaping hole awaiting rescue. Then an explosion abruptly brightens the starry expanse, enveloped the transport, the tires, and the Argo. Ah, unfortunate. We failed to save them. Alright, we'll be back, guys. That's a sad bit of tragedy. We're in the red again, but there's nothing we can do about it. We kind of have to go now. We're gonna have to take a mission now. I know, but you know it's kind of expensive doing this. So now we're gonna go for the manufacturing facility. Let's start negotiating a contract. How much is the money? I definitely. Oh, so that was the maximum in each offer. Okay. I need money. So we've come a long way together, old friend. But I fear I have yet another favor to ask of you. Our fortunes are married together. Aid us, and we will aid you, as it's always been. We would not ask this of a lesser ally. So we're going to do the payments. We're just going to do the 50-50 shot because we do need money. I'm going to do this one though because I think this will be enough to cover maybe an LS to cover 2 months' expenses, even with that much. And I do think the salvage would be useful for us. So glitch because shadow. Oh my god, we only have 2. Okay, we cannot do this yet. I thought we'd have more than that ready to go by now. Let's accept the contract and hopefully it doesn't start immediately. Well, actually, it might just start immediately. We kind of have to wait then. Dang it! Blackjack's not ready. I thought Blackjack was ready. So it looks like we're gonna only be 3. Well. Actually, once the Shadowhawk is done, we'll be ready to go. I know. We're gonna use a lot of that money repairing all of our mechs, and then I use some of it to buy good stuff.
We're nearly broke, Commander.
I think it says it automatically deploys. I'm banking on the fact that it says we automatically deploy. If it doesn't actually do that, we're kind of in a bad spot.
We're almost.
I know, but we need the Shadowhawk. Now stop. Okay, contracts. Alright, let's take that contract now. Okay, glitches with the Shadowhawk. Blackjack is still under repairs, so we only have enough room for 3 people. So I want Pathfinder to join in because he needs to get stronger. We're gonna do with the Vindicator. And we're gonna give this guy his old reliable the Centurion. And hopefully, these 3 will be enough for this mission. Because unless I can actually bring the Blackjack, in which case I'll bring Blackjack and myself. Yeah, well, we're gonna have to live with that right now. So it looks like we are down a leg. But that's okay. We've discovered that the organ the Oregon Directorate has reactivated an old manufacturing facility in the system. To maintain the balance power in the system, the Arano Restoration needs to capture this facility. You'll make a surgical strike, occupy the base, and hold it until restoration forces can arrive to take control. They haven't told us what precisely the facility is producing, but given the strength of the enemy forces on the ground, it's something worth protecting.
Command interface initiated.
The manufacturing facility is just ahead, Commander. Before we start our attack, we should recon the facility's defenses from the defensible position. Once that's done, we'll move in and capture the base. Good luck, Commander.
Should have brought a coat.
So I'm ready to go, as bestly as I'm going to be. So looks like we have to use jump jets to go down, unless we want to take this route. How far can jumping go? Alright, I'm going to sprint into cover.
Confirmed.
Glitch is probably the most mobile of us, but I'm going to have her run.
Got it.
Pathfinder, we also want to sprint because he's our tanky boy.
Location confirmed.
I'm going to use him actually in trying to use the fact that he has good range. I'm going to keep him up here. And I'm going to keep him up here. Make use of the fact that he has long range missiles. I don't think I changed him to... Oh, wait. Is Glitch in the wrong one? Oh, no, this is me. Oops, I got Glitch and myself confused. Oops. Okay, never mind. Let me change the way that I was planning on doing this then. Glitch, can you get into cover at all? I'm worried. Let's see. Pathfinder, you're the stronger man here. Let's see if you see anything first before I move her around. Alright, nothing. I'll keep him safely in the back if possible.
Coordinates received.
I was not really planning on doing what I did.
Hey, Commander, I've got something on my sensors.
Well. Okay. So the enemies are moving to engage Glitch, unfortunately, already. Thankfully, they did not broadside her, so I'm going to put her into the forest for safety.
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
And I want you to sensor lock for me that guy, so that we could actually hit him.
Got a lock.
This vehicle's on the move, it looks like. Medusa should have a shot off against that guy. Kind of want to move him a little closer to cover at least, but I'm not sure if I can do that.
Got it.
I didn't sprint him, hopefully. Good, I didn't want to. Alright, so it looks like I made it so we can't hit the AC. That was my bad. Oh well. Oh well, he took a couple of hits for it. First, he did hit the enemy at least. I wanted to try making him less likely to be hit. Maybe I actually succeeded in that one, but made it so he's less likely to hit in turn. That one was a respectable amount of damage. I would like to get him into cover too.
On my way.
Well, Pathfinder, you're the new. You're gonna have to show us that you're better than as good as the Behemoth was. Ooh, the snub PPC he could fire too. I kind of forgot I gave it to this one. Kabloomy! I don't know how much that didn't seem to really increase his heat much at all either. I'm quite happy about this change to the Vindicator. That snub PPC looks so big. I like it. The first hit injured you? Damn it, Pathfinder. Oof. That was a blow. That one's moving up. So they have a spider incoming. Alright. I'm glad I put her into cover.
Waiting on you, Commander.
So I kind of want to move Medusa into the cover as my main priority here. I don't know what that does. Oh, that's rough terrain. And I'm going to put him into the forest here. That way, in case someone shoots at him, he's at least in a safe place. Let's see. I can blast him basically with everything. I'm going to multi-target. One on him. And then the other multi-target's this one. And I'm going to shoot this at B, and then the rest at A. Fire!
Acknowledged.
Then the LRM onto the vehicle, which has the higher chance of being hit. Nice. And we turn, though. On the bright side, they're both under the cover of the forest, so they will take less damage.
Internal structure damage.
I want to get this guy into cover. Oh, looks like I can, though. They'll all be grouped together, which hopefully that doesn't mean there's like a bomb or anything that goes off, because that would be a little awkward. But I want him in cover. Even though he's a tanky boy, he still took more damage than I wanted him to take. Looks like the LRM can't hit that. So I'm just going to do is I'm going to turn the LRM 15, just fire at the snub.
Locked on.
Boom, baby, boom! My glitch, I actually want to move her slightly. Maybe she might be able to get eyes on the enemy there.
You betcha.
So I can destroy that one pretty spectacularly. So this could be hit by the... Okay, so we're going to multi-target 1, A, B. So alarm against B. Let's see, which one's more likely to hit? Looks like it's going to hit either one of them without any issues. The minigun, of course, only hit one of them. So let's do A. Let's do this split, see how that goes.
You get a headshot, and you get a headshot.
Machine gun didn't seem to do too much. Looks like a couple missed. Didn't do as much as I was hoping, but did more than I was. But did less than I feared. I'm gonna hide back under here. And make sure everyone's in the forest for cover. Trying to make use of that fact. Okay, so 60. Any chance of hitting that? Looks like the best one to hit is this one. We're not gonna use the AC2 because it's too low chance of hitting. But I did hit him, and it looks like he has a structure exposed now. She did get hit, but
You got nothing.
that's fine. So the enemy turn. It looks like we might be on separate initiatives. I didn't check the initiative order. Oh! Did he also have a PPC? That looked like a PPC right there. That's what I've been going pew-pew with. I glitch.
Waiting for orders.
I want you lock him up.
Uh-huh.
That's the Star League era manufacturing facility, all right? No wonder the Irana Restoration wants it so bad. Be careful of reinforcements. We're getting intel that there are additional enemy forces rallying to the facility.
I'm still reading enemy contacts, Commander. You need to secure the area before you can proceed.
I love how the cutscene interrupted the fact that I think I just killed one of the mechs.
Yeah,
Because
critical.
we could... There we go. Yeah, she killed... Oh, no, she didn't kill him, but he's now unsteady.
What do you need?
We'll have him move up and just finish it off, hopefully. Missed. But maybe? And then have him fire. Unfortunately, now they're both out of cover, I think, which is I'm a little concerned about. But, assuming we can blow shit up, we should be okay. So I'm thinking, let's see, you might be the best one for attacking the vehicle and destroying it, thus allowing us the opportunity to not worry about it. Let's see, can I can't multi-target, right? With the way positioned here, right? Oh, I can actually. Let's see. I'm gonna do this, and this is A. This one's B. Why can't? Oh, I guess I can't target this one and those two. Okay, never mind then. Let's just do normal attack then. So I don't need to use everything. So I think let's go. Let's just use everything.
All weapons fired.
Yeah, it looks like I was right to use everything because it wasn't killed. I'm gonna move my guy up as well, my persona up as well to blast him. I have a new appreciation for how strong these things are after my first death was to them.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Nice, we have more resolve now. So we have the spider still up. It's moving up to get behind the Centurion, the Vindicator, it looks like. Thankfully, it didn't seem to do too much, though. Looks like all my guys are on the same initiative, while they're on a different initiative. Alright, so we can... I'm thinking of having her just finish him off with another attack.
Going toe to toe.
It may be if she finishes him off. There we go. But he's not incapacitated. Let the Pathfinder just buck this guy up.
Locked on for physical attack.
Get smashed, Buckaroo. He's unsteady, but not dead. I think I'm going to move up to here and fire at it with the blackjack. I'm going to be careful with the Centurion. I don't want to get it too in danger. So I'm going to just use the AC-5 again. I need to get more AC-5 ammo, it looks like. Missed. I was not wanting to have to use. I was wanting to not have to use him, but I want to make sure this mech is dead. Let's turn off the LRM and just use the AC-5. Right arm and torso destroyed, and pilot was injured, but is not dead. Oh, never mind. Maybe he was dead. That looks like he exploded and is now dead. That's good to know. I want to make sure you're into cover, though. What is this? Oh, that's okay. I need to be careful then. So does this mean that enemies are about to arrive here? Alright, that's what it seems like to me.
I'm picking up a new sensor trace. Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Looks like a locust has arrived. The Evasion's actually up there? I think we're going to have to fight off multiple flanks of enemy attacks based on this and try to rush one guy into the capture point. Maybe me, because I'm the least likely to die in that decision, which is funny because I also played the safest with my own guy. I should have just ran him. That was weird. It was my turn from then. It wasn't. I want to get the Vindicator. Oh, maybe he was actually in cover. Never mind. So I'm going to move... No, what? Okay. Why isn't it not my turn? Why did I get to go twice in a row?
Reporting light damage.
Oh, I don't think I pressed this button. I want to move him away from this area, but also have him be able to fire.
My way.
So we're going to move and get ready to fire, and we're going to fire at... Looks like both of them have a chance of hitting. Let's see, they both same chance of hitting, it looks like. The one's under cover, I don't think the other one is, so let's focus the commando, because he's not in cover, and thus we'll take more damage. Boom, baby! That's how it's done! To rough terrain. I want to do is I definitely want to blow these guys up as fast as possible.
On my way.
I'm gonna just fire up there. Right arm destroyed. Right torso destroyed.
There's more where that came from.
And I'm gonna dash myself towards the capture point. I'm gonna Medusa, I'm going to position over here and fire at that commando. We might actually be able to just destroy it with concentrated fire before they have a chance to fire back. We think, no, the M laser's fine. It doesn't cost ammunition to fire. Boom! Destroyed. Narc attached? What does that mean?
Ha! Send me a real opponent.
So that one. Cover is firing again at the Shadow Hawk. I don't want you to die, Glitch.
Nice try.
See, this one's against the Centurion.
Light damage. Holding firm.
Pathfinder, I can't just send my guys directly at him, it looks like, because of this drop zone thing. So I'm going to try and just move at an angle around and hope for the best. I don't like being on the open like this, but at least I can see the only enemies it looks like I have a higher chance of hitting this guy, but I think he's under cover. But this guy is not in good cover, so if I hit him, it should blow him up.
Engaging. Target.
Boom, baby. Perfect. Just what I wanted to do.
Vehicle down.
I'm going to sprint towards here. And then glitch.
Hang on, you, Commander.
Another one. I want to be careful with her. Let's pull her back a little bit this way, and then turn her around and have her fire like
Don't
that.
need to tell me twice.
Let's see. So I can fire more things at this one. I could potentially destroy this one. That's the trouble. This one I think is a bigger threat. Missiles. The Medusa, meanwhile, I'm actually going to move him a little closer to have a better fire. I may regret this choice depending on what that dropship, how soon that dropship comes in. That will allow me to have him just blow up that striker, hopefully. Looks like it was a bit of overkill based on the fact that it was destroyed. I don't know if the animation like does it when the damage calculated, but not the animation, or like, because I don't know how overkill that was. He's going for a melee attack. Interesting. It looks like that's what the AI does with their locusts too. I think I might need to just make my locust stronger. Fuck him up.
What do you need?
Melee, bitch. Dropship inbound for landing, Commander. Once they secure this facility, we're dusting off.
That one's gone.
So, does that mean okay. Is this an enemy dropship or is this our dropship? I'm actually kind of confused here. I guess that's a friendly dropship. I thought it was an enemy dropship, but I guess I didn't need to be worried about it.
Acknowledged.
Okay. Oh. That's it. We take control of the facility, Commander. Given what we've seen here, I'm guessing the Restoration will be very pleased with our work.
Mission successful.
Mission success and minimal damage. I don't think anything was destroyed on our part. Perfect. Yeah, the Blackjack was the Centurion looks like it was the only one damaged. Pathfinder got wounded for 18 days. Alright, so I want a I want the heavy ones. I like that. Let's see. I need AC5 ammo, definitely. I'm worried about not getting it. Though there's actually a decent amount of stuff here, but I think that's the best things to get. Oh, what happened to my AC-5? Weird. Guess I didn't select it properly. There we go. Confirm. So we got the Panther, 2 jump jets, the AC-5 ammo, a lot of NARC and LRM ammo, as well as another MG, and an SRM-6, but a different kind apparently. Okay, so we succeeded the mission. Nobody died on our end. The enemy died, but that's a bit of a different situation. Financial report's about to come in, which means we do have some time to replenish our troops. So how many mech warriors do we have left right now? We have 3 mechs warriors ready to go.
Waiting on you.
Because we still have 2 wounded. So let's do some replenishing of our troops. So gunnery is increased base weapon. I like that. Tactics is called shot bonus. I don't. Okay. Guts is reduced recoil penalty. This one's bonus ability. Let's go for this one. Confirm.
Mech warrior training.
We're doing some ice upgrades for you. Oh, 1 hit defense. I like that. Let's go for this. Honestly, if I might have done a change, it might have been worth making her piloting, honestly.
Training complete.
And she also has melee defense, which is, I like that fact that she's defensible. So if I'm using the blackjack, I seem to be using it more as a mid-range kind of pew-pew guy. So melee doesn't really make much sense. Weapon hit is not, it might be good. So I'm thinking of going guts and gunnery for this guy, for myself. I'm gonna go guts first.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Receiving.
Commander?
Good to go. Waiting for orders.
So what I'm gonna do here is for this guy, I'm doing melee and a little bit of pew pew. So I'm thinking maybe piloting for his next one and the guts. That way he can go a little bit more toe to toe with the enemy.
Mech warrior training complete.
And then piloting guts, and then I'll be guts tactics, or I'll be guts gunnery. I think I said it was actually. Because I actually, as far as I can tell. Okay.
Waiting for orders. Ready for orders.
Let's see. Pathfinder has any more experience points?
I hear
Anybody
ya.
missing anything? I can upgrade her too, actually. So I guess I'll get the recoil penalty reduction. Because why not? And then bays. So let's see what we need to do with our mechs. It looks like it's just a repair jobs, which takes 1 day apparently. And how long for you? 2 days. Perfect. We'll be ready for our next mission in just 2 days. Perfect. I like it. Alright, guys. That's going to be the end of the episode for today. Wait, unless because it's 35. Why can't I, like... Can I make it so that work is sped up? Oh, you're kidding me. That's annoying. Because of the fact that they're, like, coming on later, can I manage tasks, like, make it so this one comes first? Yes. I want to increase this one's priority. Perfect. Okay, I was not sure if I could do this. I'm so glad I can. Close. Perfect. That way we can have them back faster. And we can do our next mission faster for the win. Though we need 18 days anyways in order to get a 4th mech warrior. Unless we want to hire somebody new. We probably should hire somebody new. But you know what I mean. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, press that like button down below. Rumble if you're on Rumble. Feel free to subscribe to see more of my content. And comment down below. Say how I have improved and I haven't let anyone die today. Or you suck, you should be more aggressive. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to say. Just, try to be civil. Take care.